hit the like button, whatever it is, because we got everything y'all need, man. Listen, and what you ain't looking for, you gonna be looking for it then.
Scribe or Deebo gonna whoop your ass.
Hey, man, we want to thank you for joining us here, man.
Absolutely.
We know you've been doing what you've been doing for a long time, and you
93.
Yes.
No, 91 was my first draft.
Draft?
Yeah.
91?
Yeah, 91. How about
Wow,
that?
Joe wasn't even born.
Yes, I was. I was 2. I was 89, Jay. That's crazy.
Actually, in that draft, I was rolling around, Joe in his little crib and stuff. That's
Yeah. I like that. I like that.
His little carriage.
I had my bib and my diaper. All that.
Yeah, you know, had a long time to build great relationships here.
Yeah, no doubt.
So
that's what it's about, man. Relationships, Everybody tries to go for the scoop instead of the relationship.
Exactly.
They get it wrong.
Yeah. Why is that you're okay with waiting to get the story out correct instead of trying to go ahead and jump there and be the first one?
Yeah. When I started covering the Giants in 93, I walked in that Giant locker room and I'm like, man, how could I be different? I had no education. I got kicked out of my first college.
Okay.
I had no education, no experience, but I'm like, how could I be different? Well, one thing I could do is I'm always looking to fight, so I'm like, all right, if these guys work 40 hours a week, I'll work 100, just nonstop. But also I looked and said, man, how could I be different? I think these guys all use their pen as a weapon. I'm going to start relationships. And look, we're just in sports, man. I'm not covering the Middle East. Let's not take ourselves too seriously, right?
Right.
So I started relationships. And my best friend, obviously, since day one, was my baby sister, Michael Strahan, And,
Baby.
and that was out of the gate, right? And it's funny because back then I was making $9,400 a year, and I didn't have enough money. I was living in New York City. I didn't have enough, not in great areas, and I didn't have enough to take subway to a bus to Giant Stadium and back every day. So Stray drove me back into New York City. He lived in Jersey.
Yeah.
Every single day from 93 to 99. And the days he didn't, Kurt Menefee did. He was our host, right?
Shout out to them two boys.
But no doubt, right? And here we are all working together. And so I own like 38 grand in Lincoln Tunnel fare.
Oh, for sure.
But,
at least.
But back then, too, it was just like these relationships. And you guys have heard me talk a lot about mental health now. And what people never got is I need teams for here to get the roommates in my head to talk nicely to each other.
Yes.
You guys were all part of my team. I'll never forget Dan Quinn, man, probably about 8 years ago. I'm at the height, I'm on year 4 of Ballers. I'm hosting the UFC. I'm #1 insider and Fox NFL Sunday, and I'm at my training camp tour that I always go to, right, for years, right? You guys see me. And DQ's like, what are you doing here? I said, what do you mean? That's what I do. He goes, no, but what are you doing here? I said, what do you mean? He said, haven't you moved up and on for this? I said, bro, there is no up and on for this.
This is what it is.
You guys are my male love. You guys in the fight world are my male love. There's no up and on for this. So that's really where the relationships came from. I always looked at us like we're on one team,
No, I love that, man, because that's the biggest part. When you really build that real, genuine friendship, you feel like people are looking out for us, and you're that guy.
And listen, I've had tough stories and some friends. I broke all the Balco stuff. A bunch of my guys were using, And I'm like, hey, you rather I put it out than somebody else.
For sure.
I'm going to go right down the middle,
Right.
What would you say, is there any scoop that you had that somebody kind of got out right before you that you would kind of...
Oh, it happens all the time. Because I wait for Fox NFL Sunday. So, this year it happened a couple times. So, this year I was going to report Brandon Graham was coming out of retirement and no one knew. And it got out, man, maybe 7 minutes before. Because I go on it at, what time's our show? 9? Yeah, I think our show 9. Yeah, 9 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
So it got out 8:52. I'm like, damn. But that's what, because listen, the business has changed. Now what I want to make sure I do is I break stuff on Fox NFL Sunday that nobody has ever heard, and you will, man, you're coming out of left field with this. We're on, where I used to do it and the way people do it now is you broke news, but then everybody steals it on Twitter. Well, I don't work for Twitter. I work for Fox, right? And that's not breaking news. That's not being an insider. That's just who could tweet fastest. Well, I can't tweet faster than anybody else. right? So I'm going to have stuff on that nobody else has. Like a couple weeks ago, you know, Matt Ryan's on the CBS show are opposite us, and I come on to say, hey, the Atlanta Falcons are looking to hire Matt Ryan to be their new president of football operations. That came out of left field, and obviously that's what's happened, right?
Yeah.
So, or I came on with the security report that DK Metcalf had filed.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I broke that before you, but you
got it?
went on front. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I broke that before you, but you actually went on front. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, baby.
But that same show I had the actual security report that DK Metcalf had filed with the Seahawks about that same fan in Detroit the year before. It had all that, right? So that's stuff that you can't just steal from me on Twitter. So no matter what on Fox NFL Sunday, I want to make it must-watch TV, you know?
I just knew of it. I ain't had a report, though.
You went and did that research. But I know you're real big on the mental health aspect. How do you feel like the professional athletes present like the issues? Do you think they need to be a little bit more open?
So, by far. So it's funny because I go, you know, and you look, I've trained you in MMA, right?
That's Unbreakable.
Right. But our whole thing, right, is, man, if you are hurt and tired, you will never, ever, ever know, right? We will sit there and we'll ramp pressure and ramp pressure and ramp pressure and ramp pressure, and you may get it, we're not going to show it, not going to show it, not going to show it. And you need that unbreakable mindset on a cage and a football field. But now we need a whole other unbreakable mindset off that field, off that cage, where you do show, you do chime in, you do tell people. And I think it's a scarier world than ever before. Social media makes us all think that our lives suck. We're comparing ourselves to everybody else's filtered freaking highlight. 1 second of one day, and we feel so left out. Or listen, I grew up in a Jersey Shore. When I got my ass kicked in Jersey Shore growing up, it sucked for a month. Now you're getting your ass kicked 100 times a minute on X.
Yes.
You know?
So
I think the more you do open up, these I always say these friendships have become brotherhoods. Like this, see this bracelet right here? This is my most prized possession. It's given to me by Michael Phelps. Michael's my dude. But now when I have a meltdown, I FaceTime him. It could be horrible. When he has a meltdown, he FaceTimes me. But this was a promise that he will never quit life. That's a fucking brotherhood. Oh, excuse me, can I curse on this show?
Yep.
Okay, that's a fucking brotherhood.
1000%.
That's not friend, that's a brotherhood. I will not kill myself. I promise you. I'm in, right? And when we get like this, and now we've created this text chain where all the guys who helped me, so The Rock is one of them, he's one, Sean McVay's one, the Smashing Machine, who's my training partner, who The Rock just did a movie on, Mark Kerr, he's one, Andrew Whitworth's one, Dan Quinn's one. And when any of us are struggling, we reach out to the group and we're there. When Sean lost the other day, man, we deployed for him. You know, Michael had a really bad meltdown last week. We deployed for him. We were all there for him. So that's taken our friendships to a much different level. And I think listen, I think if you could be vulnerable and open up, that those people will be there for you when you're 25, 35, 55, 75. That's it right there. And that's how we're going to survive in this world.
1000%.
So I'm all in and good with the mental health thing, you know, the real issues of mental health. But how much of that mental health now is you think is being overused? Because I think like, some of it is being overused. Like, you know, I feel unsafe driving to work because it's raining. I'm feeling nervous and all that, and they're using that to get off of being able from having to go into work and everything else.
I hear you on that. And like, so I have clinical depression, anxiety, ADHD, bipolar, OCD, anxiety, insomnia. Other than that, I'm a model of stability.
Yes. Other than that, we just
And it is hard for me to get out of bed every day of my life. That sickness is what makes me great. But I'll never miss a day of work. I'll never let that thing win. Ever, ever, ever. I will fight it. Some days it's harder than others. So I get what you're saying, right? I've made a decision where I'm not going to let it beat me. And I'm always going to fight back. So I hope more people can get like that. But again, not everybody's me.
Yeah, for sure. Look here. You got the inside scoop. So why didn't they really let Bill in there?
I'm not on the
Come on now, you
No,
got somebody.
I'm not on a committee.
You got relationship. Somebody got a relationship with a
You think those cats will let me in their committee? Are you serious?
They ain't gonna let you
those
in.
Those other writers there they'll never let me in.
Do you think they should let
Please.
these writers be the only people that vote on it?
No, absolutely not. And I've always said that. Why? No, absolutely. It should be, but it's not now. Now it's the Tony Dungy's and Bill Pollins. But I don't know. It should be.
It should be a committee. I think it should be a committee of guys that are already in there. That especially like,
I like that
first
idea.
ballot guys.
I like that idea.
Like first ballot guys should vote for first ballot guys.
I love that idea.
It shouldn't be these writers who got a score to settle because so-and-so wasn't media friendly with me.
I love that idea. I haven't heard that yet, and I freaking love it.
Yep.
I support that idea.
Did you think it was about the gates? You think it's just gatekeeping?
No, please. Like, I think they're using an excuse. But if he's not in the first ballot, then no coach ever should be in
That's
first
what
ballot.
I'm saying.
He's not in, Kraft not in. I don't know. They might pull the pistol on Tom and tell him, hold up.
That'd be crazy.
No, that's not gonna happen.
I'm just saying.
That ain't gonna happen.
Too
That ain't
good.
gonna
He was too
happen.
nice. He was
No.
too nice. I'm trying to tell you.
No.
When I went there, I
happen.
wanted to hate the dude.
Yeah.
But I couldn't.
You couldn't, right?
I
He's the
couldn't.
best.
I couldn't.
Dude, I
He is
love
so
him.
good.
I work with him. I love him. And he works his ass off.
Yes.
As being a broadcaster, he works his ass off.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm going to ask you about Coach T right before you get off.
Yeah.
How do you think about, so Coach T stepped off from coaching. Do you think he's going to come back to coaching, or do you think he's going to do TV?
Right now, I don't think he's gonna come back, but I talked to him yesterday, 2 days ago. Right now, he's hanging out with Harley. He's having a good time. He's being dad.
Perfect.
Trying to get himself in shape. He went through a lot in those 19 years, man. He's trying to get himself going again.
Perfect.
You know?
Well, Jay, I want to say
real quick, I am here to promote something.
I was gonna ask you that,
right?
yeah.
Kelbry, which is an ADHD drug, which for all my stuff, I've been on over 35 meds. None of them helped. A lot of them made me worse. But I got diagnosed with ADHD in '89. Told me I had a learning disability back then. I didn't have a learning disability. I just didn't learn the way they taught, right?
Yeah.
And what I've tried to do, tell people ADHD is if I'm sitting in something that I'm not interested in, it's like I'm drowning. And I want all parents here to hear this. Like, your kid is drowning. And the only way to get out of that, get a breath of fresh air, is to disrupt the class or to have an outburst or to talk to somebody, you know? And we're always getting in trouble. So for the first time, and when I first got diagnosed, they put me on stimulants, which were not good for me. Because when you have depression, you go up, but then the down is bad. And then for people like us who are violent, it's really bad. And we get vicious.
Not us.
Right? Okay, yeah. You guys are you're a model of freaking stability over there, yeah.
Look at these.
So,
Look at James.
right? Yeah, James is Santa Claus all the time, right? He's the Easter Bunny, but it's bad. So I finally found something called Kelbry, which I actually take at night, which is the opposite of any other ADHD drug, and it basically has when I got 19 roommates in my head talking at night, all bad to each other. Man, it kind of cuts it down to 2 so I can relax, go to bed. Okay. The next morning, if I'm not on it, if I'm on Fox NFL Sunday, I can be in segment 2. I'm thinking about segment 3. I'm never present. This gets me present, and it's been a huge help for me.
Oh, no.
What
That's
about again, and where do you talk to a doctor about this? How do you?
Go to your doctor about it. Yes.
And what's that?
Kelbry without a U. QELBREE. It's really been a game changer for me.
Okay, man. We want to thank you for joining us, man.
Hell yeah, man.
Jay Glazer, baby.
Always. I appreciate
Thank you,
you,
baby.
Jay.
Appreciate you.
Love you, baby.
Love you, brother.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, man. Everything.
Thank you, baby. Appreciate it.